headline: Democrats plan a billionaires' unrealized gains tax. Unrealized gains. Okay? To help fund a $2 trillion spending bill. Oh, I guess they negotiated down from $3.5. President Biden's $2 trillion spending package continues to stall as senior Democrats are hoping to finalize a proposal on a new annual tax on billionaires' unrealized capital gains, Democratic leaders have indicated. We probably will have a wealth tax, House stutterer Nancy Pelosi said, confirmed on CNN on Sunday. The proposal, which is being reviewed by Senate Finance Committee Chairman Ron Wyden, would impose an annual tax on unrealized capital gains on liquid assets held by billionaires. I wouldn't call that a wealth tax, said Janet Yellen, but it would help get at capital gains, which are extraordinarily large part of the incomes of the wealthiest individuals and right now escape taxation until they're realized. Yes, and they're still not going to get to what billionaires are really making money off of. Still not going to, because it's not even in country. Let's listen to Janet Yellen, the very odd Oompa Loompa creature that she is. And I think she always wears these weird like jackets with the high neck collar here. It makes me feel like she's hiding some kind of body machinery or something.
Well, I think what's under consideration is a proposal that Senator Wyden and the Senate Finance Committee have been looking at that would impose a tax on unrealized capital gains on liquid assets held by extremely wealthy individuals, billionaires. I wouldn't call that a wealth tax, but it would help get at capital gains, which are an extraordinarily large part of the incomes of the wealthiest individuals. And right now...
what does she keep looking at? Up and to the left. Does that mean that she's dipping into her imagination or her memory? I forget, but she keeps looking away, and it can't be a teleprompter. Is it somebody with cue cards? What an odd creature. What odd creatures. Seriously. Just very... Sometimes I just people watch, and I think people are incredible. Then other times I people watch, and I just think that we're just fucking weird, odd things.
Escape taxation until they're realized, and often they're unrealized, and at death benefit from...
She's looking at... She's reading something. What the hell is she looking at? She's definitely reading.
So-called...
Then again, it's State of the Union, State of the Nation, whatever the hell it is. Like this was going to be hardball questions. This entire thing was written out and choreographed. If she did a tap dance number at the end, I wouldn't be surprised. So the Bolsheviks and their banking hydra, who first said that their nearly $3.5–4 trillion spending behemoth would cost nothing. That's what they said at first. $3.5 trillion of spending. It would actually cost nothing, which I guess is technically true because it's being made out of thin air, and nobody's actually going to ever pay this debt back. Eventually, when everything collapses, it'll just get rolled into something new, and it's not like this is any debt that is going to be paid on. They'll keep paying the interest the best they can. They're not going to ever stop collecting taxes. It's the responsibility's on us, not them. All right, they are our masters. So these Bolsheviks who first said that $3.5 trillion would cost nothing, which only a retard would believe that $3.5 trillion would cost nothing, when prior government spending was just a fraction of that total, and it left us with hundreds of trillions of dollars in debt. Fraction. When you're talking about $3.5 trillion, these are the kinds of numbers they are pumping around there. Even if you settle for $1 trillion, okay, that's just a fraction. I remember we were still talking $800 billion and people were gasping. $800 billion is a cakewalk compared to the numbers that they're throwing out there right now because they're trying to clobber and pivot us to death. So I mean, what happened back then? That's where we accrued most of our nation's debt. How the hell is it costing us nothing? $30 trillion of actual money spent that has not been paid back, and hundreds of trillions yet to be spent that has been committed to. But they know that most people are stupid. These are the people who Jonathan Gruber knew they were selling Obamacare to on his little college tour when he said, talk about the stupidity of the American voter. We're going to write all of our bills in tortured language and just play on people's political divides to get our agenda done. This is exactly what it is. So they say it costs nothing, and then they announce that they're going to try to tax people on theoretical income. Income you would make if you were to sell assets that you hold. So if you think that they're not going to try to find a way to come for your crypto one day, I've got a bridge to sell you. They're coming for everything. And of course, you have this these mongrel half-wit people scoffing at any concerns that one could have about this, because it's only like 1,000 billionaires, bro. They're only going after like 1,000 billionaires. They're not coming after us. Who cares? It's just the billionaires they're going after with this tax, bro. Which is how the income tax started out, of course. Just a little bit off the tippy top, and it's only temporary, of course. Now look at us with the taxing of income. Now look at us. The same Stockholm Syndrome mongrels laughed at people who thought that the whole COVID story was going to lead us to long travel restrictions, environmental lockdowns. What else? Vaccine mandates. Who could forget that? And social credit scores. All the same people who are saying it's just the billionaires, bro, laughed at everybody else for saying that the whole COVID story was going to lead to where we are right now. Now they say that you're an extremist if you don't think that the travel restrictions and the climate lockdowns and the vaccine mandates and the social credit scores and all that other stuff is necessary. They think you're an extremist if you don't think it's necessary, even though they laughed at you for thinking that this absurdity would ever come to pass. Now the absurdity is just common sense.